everybody, welcome back to the studio. My name's Laura and as you can see today I'm joined by Amelie.
Hi.
And today we thought we'd make some spooky Halloween lanterns, just like this one. So if you'd like to join in with us, you're going to need a few things.
A jam jar, some black card, a ruler, scissors, coloured tissue paper, some ribbon or string, a white colouring pencil, a glue stick and some electric tea lights.
That's it. So hopefully you've got most of these things already at home and you can join in straight away. So our spooky lantern has a piece of black card wrapped around it with little windows cut out, and when you pop your electric tea light inside at night, the light shines through all of the spooky shapes that you've cut out and it looks really good, doesn't it? So to make one just like ours, what you need to do is take your jam jar and just measure the height of the side and use that measurement to cut yourself a strip of black card or paper, whatever you happen to have. We're going to use a white pencil because it shows so much easier on the black card. So just take your ruler and mark a couple of dots for whatever your measurement is. You might have a big jar, you might have a little short jar, it doesn't really matter. They're all going to look fantastic. So join up your dots there. Give yourself a line and then you can just really easily cut along that line for your strip. So let's test how that fits around our jar. Amelie, what do you think? Fold it around. We've got quite a good overlap, haven't we?
Yeah.
So let's mark with a pencil for me where it overlaps with a little bit extra. So can you do a little dot there?
There.
Yep. Perfect. And we're going to cut off that excess. You can save these little bits of paper for another project. So let's test that. Yep, that's going to stick round nicely, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Now the next thing is where the fun really starts, and you can decide what spooky motifs that you're going to have on your card. So we have given you a little sheet of ideas that you can take, you can copy from if you want to, or you probably have your own as well. So let's think of some spooky things. We've got spiders, pumpkins, ghosts. What else could we think of? Witches' hats. Yeah, witches' hats would be quite good. Bats. Yeah. Cat faces, spooky cats. You've got to think of some fun things, but they don't want to be too tricky because you've got to cut them out. So keep them quite simple. Now what you can do when you have your spare bit of card is you can practice drawing some of these, can't you, until you get used to the shapes. But Amelie's done a few before, so hopefully she doesn't need to practice again. So what you need to do is use your white pencil and draw your spooky shapes on your card. Now don't draw them too near the edges or the ends because we're going to overlap them, okay? And on a jar like ours, you're probably going to fit 3, okay? So you can choose your favourite 3. So perhaps start in the middle with your first one and then do one either side, leaving a nice gap between. So what are you going to do first?
A ghost.
A ghost. So a ghost, when you're drawing a ghost, it's like a big upside down letter U, or U, and then a little frilly wavy line at the bottom. That's it, and you've drawn some eyes. That looks pretty good. And then what else could we have at the side?
Pumpkin.
Pumpkin. So a pumpkin is like a big letter R but squashed a little bit. It sort of dips in the top, doesn't it, where the stalk comes out. So when you're trying to draw these shapes, just simplify them and make them easy to draw, because it's not just drawing them, we're going to cut them out in a minute, so we don't want them to be too fiddly. So Amelie, that's loads of detail. We perhaps don't need the detail at the moment, just do the outline shape. That looks good. Yep, I like that. And then space for one more at this end.
Just a spider?
A spider.
Yeah.
So again, a spider is like a letter O, a little but squashed a little bit to make the body. And then spiders have how many legs?
8.
8 legs. So 8 little rectangle lines, 4 on each side, and that's all you need for a spider. Lovely. So when you're happy with your strip with the motifs on, you need to cut them out. So you probably find that it's easiest to do this with some quite sharp pointy scissors. So I would recommend that this is a job for grown-ups. So I'm going to just cut these main shapes out. I'm not going to worry, I know you've drawn all the eyes and noses and everything, but I'm not going to worry about cutting those out for now. I'm just going to cut out the main outline shape. So carefully poking the scissors through and just snipping them out. So as you snip out your main shape, if you need to, you can slightly adjust it and make it a little bit bigger if that's easier to do. Don't worry about that. What we're worrying about is what we're left with, this little opening. Now, what we've got here is a bit of scrap paper, and from this we can cut the eyes and nose as well. So we can just cut these out and save them, pop them to one side, and we're going to glue those on later. So there's one spooky eye, and I'll do the others. So I think the spider one is the hardest to cut out. So what I'd recommend is you cut out the circle first, where the body is, okay? And just neaten that up. And then snip the legs out, okay? Because then once you've got the circle, you can put the scissors in the space there, and you can just snip outwards down each of the legs. That makes it easier, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Like that. The spider is fiddly to cut, but he's nice, isn't he? He looks fun when he's all lit up, so it's worth doing. So snip into each of the legs, and then you can bend the legs up and just snip them off like that. Okay? And that makes it easy to cut. So 4 on that side, 4 on this side, that's right. So we've cut out all of our shapes, and you can see you're just cutting the main basic shape out. And because I've slightly modified it as I've cut it, you can see some of this white pencil. But don't worry, that's the back. When you flip it over, it's all nice and clean on that side, and that's going to be the front, the outside of your lantern. So the next step is to glue on the tissue paper. So you only need small scraps for this. Obviously, you just need some good colours. So we've saved some Halloween-y colours. So we've got white for our ghost, orange and a bit of green for the pumpkin, and we're going to do a red spider. Okay. So I'll demonstrate how we're going to do it with using the ghost. So take a piece of white tissue and place it over the top of your cutout, and then just sort of rough cut out the size that you need. It can be bigger on all sides than your opening window. And then, Amy, do you want to just put some glue around the outside of the shape there? So you can use any glue stick for this. Any like PVA glue is also going to be fine, whatever you happen to have. Put plenty on all around the back because it won't be seen. So use loads, we don't want it to get unstuck. Okay, that's nice, that'll do. So we've got some glue on, and then Amy, you can just stick that bit of tissue across the window. That's it, get it in place, and then just press it down. That's it, smooth it down. And flip it over, let's have a look how it looks from the other side. That looks great. Now our glue is a bit of a weird glue. It's blue before it dries, so you can see a little bit of blueness there, but that will dry clear once it's dried. So now we can stick on the eyes and the spooky mouth, can't we? So if you work with a little bit of scrap paper there and pop some glue on the back of these features. Now if you find these details are too fiddly to cut out, you can just use a black felt tip pen to draw these on, especially if you want some nice fine detail, some intricate detail, that can work really nicely. But otherwise, cut some shapes from your scrap card and stick them on, pop them in place. So there's one eye, that's looking really good. They just look so spooky. As soon as you put the mouth on, you're like, ooh, spooky. Let's do the pumpkin next. So with the pumpkin, you can do it as 2 colours. You can put some green on for the stalk and some orange on for the body of the pumpkin. So flip your work over to the back again and just repeat that process. So first, cut a little piece that's going to cover the area of the stalk. So do you want to cut a nice green stalk there? So just rough cut a square that's going to be big enough. Doesn't matter if it overlaps. That's going to be fine. Okay, that looks fine. We place it over the top to test. Let's see. Yep, that's going to be fine. Now, before we stick that down, let's do the same for the pumpkin body. I'll just do that for speed. So we're going to snip it there and snip it there, and that will be big enough. Let's see, double check. Yeah, that's going to be fine. So can you, again, put Plenty of glue all around the margins on the black card there. Right, so you've got your glue. Do you want to put the body of the pumpkin on? Right, you don't want to go over the edge of that where the stalk grows, do you?
Is that
so you need to, well, I would put the stalk on first.
Yeah.
So place the stalk so that the bottom of that green paper is just in line. That's a little bit low. There we go. Just tilt it up. Okay, so that's in line. Press that down. And then the orange one can go anywhere over the top, can't it? Press that down. Flip it over. Let's have a look and see how that's looking from the front. Oh, that looks good, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Really fun. Now I've cut some little funky teeth. How do they look? They look all right, don't they? I was worried they're a bit big. I'm going to make them slightly smaller. Do you want to stick the those triangles that do some eyes? I'm going to stick those on while I just snip this. So just add the teeth onto there, and I think that pumpkin looks good, doesn't he?
Mm-hmm.
And all we need to do is just repeat it now to finish off the spider, exactly the same method. So as is all done, are you happy with it?
Yeah.
It looks really spooky. Now if your jar was bigger, you might fit more than 3 spooky motifs on. You might get 4 on. Or if you've got spaces here, you could always cut out some little star shapes or moons and put extra tissue behind them if you want. The more cutouts that you have, the more light's going to shine through, so the prettier it will look actually. But when you're happy with it, you just need to attach it to your jar. So pop a load of glue all on the back of your strip. You especially want some at the join where it's going to overlap. Okay, so if I hold the jar, can you stick it on?
I think so.
Okay, so wrap it round, smooth it round all the way. Let's get to the join. There we go, and press it down. That looks pretty good. Now if you need to, you can put a little bit of tape on there just to hold it in place until it's dry, or just rest it on the table so the weight is on the join, and then that will dry. And once it's dry, it sticks, doesn't it? It's okay. It's just when it's wet and the glue hasn't dried, sometimes it can ping off. But if you weight it down or use a bit of tape just until that glue's gone off, it's going to work just fine. So once your glue has dried, and we're going to imagine as has dried, we just need to tie on a handle so that we can carry it. So use some string or ribbon, whatever you happen to have. We've found out some of this black ribbon here. So I'm just going to tie a simple knot around here because I don't know any tricky knots. There are special ways that you can tie hangers onto jars, but to be honest, I don't know how to do it, so we'll just do it the simple way. We'll just tie the ribbon around the neck of the jar underneath the grooves that hold the lid on, and then you can decide how long you want your handle.
Probably there.
You want a shorter handle about there?
Yeah.
So imagine that, but you need some extra to tie.
On that one it's
quite long. Okay, and we just snip off any excess, and then we're going to feed that through here. This is the tricky bit. I'm going to use the scissors to help me just lift that up away from the jar and just poke this ribbon underneath. There we go. And then we can just tie another knot on this side. There we go. And once you've got some nice strong knots there, if you want to, you can snip off these excess little bits. And then the only thing you need to do to finish off is pop in your electric tea light. So these electric tea lights are the best way to go. Obviously, you know, hundreds of years people would have used candles, but I think for safety now, go with the electric tea lights. And then your little ones can have these on in their bedrooms at night when you're, as long as there's no naked flame. These are all quite safe and perfect for taking out on your trick or treat adventures. So we hope that you've enjoyed following along with us to make these spooky Halloween lanterns, and we look forward to seeing you again in the studio really soon.
Happy Halloween!